But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
Let's go.
Get up on y'all. You gonna learn today.
Daddy, chill.
Call me Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Big day for us planned. Huge. A lot on the list to talk about. Right, Teddy? Teddy. I don't know. I think he fell asleep. Teddy is not in the building, by the way. His chair is here, but I'm still gonna look that way, just like just to feel like I'm getting some sort of response.
Oh, we should have brought a cutout.
Oh, we should have.
We should have done a cutout of Teddy. I should have made a cutout of that one picture that I have that I use for every thumbnail. Just cut it out, put him on the scene.
I need a button here when he's not in studio, and all it says is his voice. It says, "I agree," and so I go, "Right, Teddy, I agree."
Yeah, and then another button that says, "I appreciate every single one of you."
Oh man, so. A lot of things to talk about, not sports-wise. We'll get into sports later. I want to talk about opening day. That's coming tomorrow. You guys will be listening to this. It'll be 4 days into the baseball season. But that Baltimore rig that crashed into the bridge the other night,
wild,
insane.
Is there a tally of people that were hurt on that thing yet?
So, according to the latest reports that I saw on X, the police responded very quickly and rescue responded very quickly. They already knew. They had the Mayday calls on the ship when they were losing power. They got to the bridge and they secured the bridge. Supposedly there was 8 workers fixing potholes or pothole workers on the bridge.
God.
2 of them were recovered. They believe the other 6 are
still in the river,
still in the water.
Jesus.
One of them, the one report I saw was the guy got up, brushed himself off, and was like, "I'm fine." The other one actually went to the hospital. I guess I'm guessing the water was pretty fucking cold. So, you want to talk about a cold plunge? That's one way to start your cold plunge mornings.
Ew.
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 But watching that video, I showed Kelsey the video too. It was like watching it was almost fake.
I thought it was fake.
How easily it just crumbled.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about hundreds of thousands of pounds, not only of steel, but of the actual bridge, it fell like it was made of twigs.
Yeah.
It was toothpicks.
I thought
just
it was,
just
I
falling.
was right there with you. I thought it was fake. I was like, that's an interesting little CGI thing. There, but no, it was real.
But now when I watch videos of bridges collapsing, I'm like, that's not how a bridge collapsed.
You're like an expert now?
Yeah.
You're
I'm like,
nah.
no. Baltimore one, it fell this way, and then it fucking kind of swung.
The apex of the bridge goes for,
I watched that video at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't go to sleep till 4 because the whole time I'm closing my eyes going, what the fuck would I do if I was in that situation? Like, what would I do?
I don't know.
Would I jump out and just jump in the water and hope that a beam doesn't come down and just smash me?
Okay, so I thought that too. And then somebody brought up an interesting thing that I didn't I don't think anybody realizes this, where people are like, oh, if you're on the Titanic, why don't you just jump off? Did you know that when something that big falls into water and it's sinking, its gravitational pull is so heavy, it actually drags you down with it.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about the actual thing,
actual structure going into the water. So if something that big is going in the water, you're actually getting dragged underneath too if you're just around it.
Yeah, because it's almost like a sinkhole.
It's crazy.
Like when a boat goes down, it kind of takes everything with it.
It takes everything with it.
That's why they're like, swim away, swim away. I couldn't sleep. I was playing back all the scenarios. Okay, if I'm in a car and it's going down, do I just fucking ride it down? But now I'm trapped in the car. Water's coming in. I got to bust. I was going through all these, and I'm like, I'm not even on this fucking bridge. I'm not even on the bridge, and I can't sleep now because now all I'm thinking about is being stuck in a car underwater with these 1,000-pound steel beams. And then I got to the point I'm like, I wouldn't have made it that far. These steel beams would have just destroyed my car.
You wouldn't even know.
I would have even known. I wouldn't even hit the water.
Yeah, no.
I would have been gone.
Yeah. And even worse, you're in Texas. There's no bridges over
That's
water
true.
over here. You know, we
There's
just have
a couple over those fucking lakes.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
I'm going around them now.
I don't trust lakes, though.
No, not the lake over here.
Not the lakes over
We
here.
went on a boat. Side note, we went on a boat tour, like a day thing where you have a captain and you booze. Everyone's boozing.
Yeah, booze cruise.
And I go, "Are there gators in this lake?"
Yeah,
and he looked at me and he goes, "I don't know." I go, "Oh, that's fucking great. You're taking us to this cove where if I'm a gator, I'm sitting."
Yeah.
And I go, "You know what? I'm not getting off. I'm only getting off if there's a big fucking floaty or a raft."
Yep.
So the bridge thing was kind of wild to see. And then everything else in the news with P. Diddy, which is fucking wild.
Is insane.
I don't even know where to start on this one.
I mean, I think the best place to start is that 50 Cent is a goddamn G, and his responses were great.
Yeah. When he's talking about this was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, this was
he's like,
super recent.
Diddy wanted to take me shopping. What motherfucker wants to take you shopping? Shopping? I don't know a shopping with you.
Yeah, 50's a real one for everything he said.
I'll say this. I'll go on record and say this. I believe that the Cat Williams interview with Shannon Sharp opened up a can of worms. When he's talking about protecting his virgin booty hole around P. Diddy and not going to those parties.
There's a grain of truth in there.
And turning down $50 million several offers on movies to do things that he's not for doing.
I believe it.
And then slowly but sure, then 50 Cent comes out, and then all these other rappers are talking about, and Mace and Meek Mill, all these other guys are coming out talking about P. Diddy. And then he gets raided. And then this flight pattern, I don't know if you saw the video, his flight pattern was like L.A., spinny loop, like not stopping in L.A., fucking down close to Florida. Should we stop in Florida? I don't know. Your house is getting raided.
You got to keep going.
Let's go to the Nickelodeon Island, fucking Epstein Island.
Bro, that guy did not. That was the essence of an unprepared flight plan. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then the videos of him pacing around the airport, just nervous as hell.
Oh, he knows.
He knows.
I think he was a pawn in the whole grand scheme of things. I think what happens, and I'm a conspiracy theorist on these things, that I go down the rabbit hole sometimes, and some people are going to like this, some people aren't. But there's obviously powers at play on the top, and I think what happens is these people get into certain positions and they got to do certain things.
I mean, you don't just fall into this.
No.
You don't just fall into this thing.
No. And I think that there's people up top that go, all right, you're going to have to give somebody up. We're not going to take out this person because he was former politician or whatever, former president, possibly.
Who knows?
And they go, all right, well, we'll give you Diddy.
Yeah, we'll give you Diddy.
We know he was having busfuls of kids sent to his house every now and then. So you go.
He wasn't exactly.
He takes the fall. They're like, okay, we gave you one. Next year, we'll give you somebody else.
Yeah.
And to save their ass,
I mean, look at the whole Nickelodeon thing. It's a real thing. I mean, there's people that are just higher ups that just do disgusting things.
Yes, the guy
Dan Schneider.
He's a
gross motherfucker.
He looks like a gross dude.
And then what's the worst part of that whole Nickelodeon thing was that interview he does on YouTube on the side. And he gets another former child actor to do it. And it's like the biggest, he's giving him layups. So Dan Schneider still looks like he's like, oh man, I deserve to give people I'm sorries. And, it wasn't totally my fault. What a piece of shit.
Going back and watching the Nickelodeon and the clips now, it's
scary.
It's creepy.
Scary.
creepy.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande like squeezing
Oh my God.
a potato. There's no potato juice in this. Like squeezing it and making like
Weird noises.
extremely weird noises for her age. The water on her getting like squirt on the face with things. It's fucking weird.
Videos of him in a hot tub with Amanda Bynes when she's like 10 years old. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's gross.
It is gross. It's beyond gross. And I have daughters, and if my daughters were on that show, I would have noticed the signs right away.
No, there's no amount of money that can be like, I'm going to turn a blind eye. Well, I mean, I guess there is for some people.
There is for some.
There is for some. You know?
I mean,
I keep my mouth open. Shit.
We are recording on a Wednesday. We're leaving tomorrow. We're flying out of state for some business things. We have some big things in the works, guys.
Huge.
Some things are going to come out sooner than later. I can't get into any of the details right now, but it's something that's going to propel the brand and expand the DR sort of reach within the podcast, the content, breaking, all exclusive. Be on the lookout for that. I'm super excited about what's coming up and hopefully aligning myself with the right people. And I'm only going to do that if it makes sense for the brand. I'm not going to sell out to somebody that I don't think is going to put my interest or this podcast or Teddy or Sleevey or my family. I have to put them first. It's like family, brand, and the boys.
I just heard about it just right before this pod, and I'm excited for you. I can't wait to whenever you get to be able to share these things, whether they happen or they don't. I think it's an awesome move for you guys, and I hope the best.
Yeah, me too. # me too.
#.
Let's get into opening day baseball.
Let's go.
Tomorrow is opening day baseball. I think games start they'll start at 12. I think the first game, well, depending on the time zone, is like 10 a.m., which is, oh, man. I miss those weekday list of 3-4 games you get early. You wake up, oh, fuck, baseball's on. All right, let's watch some baseball.
Yeah.
I want to go over some selections and talk about the season, what I think is going to happen, MVP, World Series prediction, some sneaky teams to look forward. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Not today, bud. Not today. Rookie of the Year candidates. First, I'll start off by saying this. I'm a huge Dodger fan. Everyone knows I'm a big Dodger fan. I hope they're there. I really do. I hope this Ohtani thing kind of goes away and we can play baseball without all the drama. It feels like every year there's something, the Trevor Bauer shit.
Yep.
Dave Roberts making bad decisions in the playoffs, all that jazz. As of right now, my World Series prediction is Orioles and Braves. I feel like the Orioles are going to be mature enough and be in that position.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard to get past the Rangers because the Rangers won it last year and they got better.
Got that firepower, man. I mean,
they got Wyatt Langford now, who's going to be swinging a big stick.
And he's just DHing.
He's just DHing.
He's just hitting, bro. That's the best place he could be right
They
now.
have healthier pitching. They're going to be tough.
Yeah.
They're going to be really tough. But as everyone knows, baseball is one of maybe the hardest to get back to that same form.
Absolutely.
And be firing on all cylinders because the Rangers, I went to several playoff games when they were in the playoffs, and it was that team can explode at any moment. And if they get back to that, it's gonna be tough to beat. But the Orioles solidified Corbin Burns as a pitcher. I think the pitching staff's going to be better. The hitters are older. Yep. They're still super young.
They got a good bullpen too, which is an underrated thing.
Yes, bullpen is everything in the playoffs.
Yep.
Pitching is everything in the playoffs. You can put up 1,000 runs in the regular season if you don't have one or two pitchers to just grind it out. Every series, you're going to struggle.
Yep.
That's who I have. I think my prediction is this. I think it's going to be Orioles, Rangers, Braves, Dodgers.
I think so too.
The Braves have the Dodgers number. They in recent years for whatever reason they just have their number. The Braves are fully healthy. They're going into the season locked and loaded. They had a few accusations. Accusation? No, accusations?
No.
Accusations.
Close. Yeah, there you go.
Acquisitions.
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 Yeah.
I cannot speak today.
We were talking all about the Nickelodeon Island. Accusations.
Oh my God. Accusations. Nickelodeon. Epstein Island.
Epstein Island.
Antonio Brown. That guy's wild on X, dude.
Oh my God.
That guy is
He
wild.
will say anything.
Yeah.
He's unhinged.
The cracker of the day gets me every time. He took a picture of Epstein and like morphed it into Diddy.
I saw that one.
And was like cracker of the day. I was like, holy shit, dude.
wild.
This guy. And he knows it's CTE. He like puts ESPN CTE or something in the hashtags.
Yeah. He's
guy's
fully aware
wild,
he got hit a little bit too much.
He posted the Epstein Island with the Nickelodeon logo.
Yeah.
And was like, Nickelodeon Island.
Yep.
That's my World Series prediction is Orioles Braves. The sneaky teams in that are obviously I'm not sneaky, but the Rangers, the Rays, the Phillies, the D-backs, obviously the Dodgers.
I'm gonna throw out one more team in there.
Who's that?
Mariners.
Okay, well
they're scary.
Okay,
man.
so that'll lead me to the MVP selections.
Okay, I like this.
And it's not like I'm not reaching at all.
No.
I'm gonna go Julio Rodriguez in the AL.
I think it's Julio this year too.
If you looked at his last year's stats, I think he batted 275. I think he had 30-something jacks, over 100 RBIs. And that was with a very rough start.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a rough start.
Killed all the hype behind him, but then I don't even remember what month.
It was right after the All-Star game. He started just cranking.
He was the best player in baseball after the All-Star game.
Yes, agreed. And if he can keep that like second half and keep 80% of the second half and put it towards the first half, the guy's gonna. He has a chance if he hits 275. If he can stay in that range, I think he can go 40.
I think he goes 40.
I think this year. You might want to look this up while I'm gibbering.
Yeah.
When's the last time we've seen a 40-40? 40 home runs, 40 SB guy.
Well, I mean, Acuna last year.
Did he have 40 jacks?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He had 46. He went, or he was 40-70. That was the whole thing why he won.
Was
MVP.
he?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Acuna went crazy last
year.
All
right,
and
then I'll say this. We're going to have multiple 40-40s this year.
I think so too, because also like Bobby Witt was like this close to 40-40.
Yep.
Corbin Carroll had a crazy year, had 50 stolen bases, almost 30 homers.
I'm going Julio and Mookie.
Mookie,
yeah.
I think he's the sneaky link. He's back at short.
Yeah.
Sexy position.
As long as he doesn't boot, as long as he doesn't make as many errors or errors.
I think he's gonna. You know what? A lot of people talk about his defense. I think if it's the same discussion to me with Corey Seager. Corey Seager was a tiny bit above average last year, but generally speaking, he's always been an average defender. If that's what Mookie can do, just be average this year on the defense side, I think he's up there for MVP.
Well, he's already out to a good start. He had 5 RBIs in one game.
Yeah.
Overseas.
Yeah.
It's a great start.
Great start.
Rookie of the Year candidates. Now, this is very deep.
This is one of the deepest.
Very deep.
I mean, on the sports card thing, we love this kind of year. I mean, this year's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm going to go. First of all, what I'll do is this. I'm going to go to, I have this pulled up real quick. Give me a second, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen out there.
Yeah, drum roll.
While I'm waiting, are you having trouble selling cards? Are you struggling to offload your collection? If you are, use the promo code DADDY at PWCC. Enter that code and get your money, baby.
We love that. I'm going to put a little jingle over that.
Jingle.
Yeah, we're going to make it an infomercial. Yeah.
So let's do this. Rookie of the, I want to go over the odds and see, because there's a guy on the list that I think is, there's a guy on the list that I think is, I didn't even see him on the list. All right, so for AL Rookie of the Year odds right now, they have Langford favored.
Yep.
Evan Carter is right behind him.
I mean, they have to be one, too.
Jackson Holiday 3, Colt Keith for the Tigers 4.
That's still, I can't believe this guy is like this crazy.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's crazy. I love stories like that.
This is why I like the Orioles and the Rangers. They have 4 of the top 5 highest betting odds.
Wait, who's the other guy from the North?
Colton
Cowser. That's right. Yeah.
So Cowser's up there as well. Not only that, they have Kobe Mayo on this list too.
Oh my God.
So that's why I like that, because if you mix the Rangers, the vets and the studs with these guys, I could be a wild season for these
God,
teams.
And they also have Heston Kjerstad too.
Yes.
I forgot. Oh my God.
So it's Langford Carter, Jackson Holiday, Cole Keith, Colton Cowser, Sedane Rafaela, Junior Caminero, Parker Meadows, and then down. I didn't reach that far. I didn't go that far.
Yeah.
The guy I think on here that is deserving is Zach Geloff for the A's.
Ooh.
I know he plays for the A's.
Great pick though.
But he could be the big fish in the small pond.
Yeah.
And could just be a guy who goes, hey man, look at he could have an insane WAR for a team that's really bad. And then the NL, you have Yamamoto's number 1.
Yeah, it has to be.
Jung Hoo Lee,
Yeah.
Jackson Churio, Jackson Merrill.
Wow, what a year. Jackson Churio is 3rd on the list for NL. That's how crazy deep the rookies are this year.
And then it goes Shota, Michael Bush, Kyle Harrison, Paul Skeens, Mason Wins,
Really
James
still
Schaefer.
that high on Michael Bush, man.
I know. He's old. He's pretty old.
He's pretty old.
Lawler's far down there too, and I think Lawler could have a year.
He's a hometown guy.
Diamondbacks could go back-to-back Rookie of the Years. That'd be great.
I mean, that'd be great.
My picks are I went low on the AL. I went Junior Caminero. No more Wander.
Yeah.
The Rays are always a good team.
Rays are always.
He shows that he can hit. He got power. He's got speed.
He mashes,
And I'm going Jackson Churio. I really am. I don't believe in Yamamoto or Jung Hoo Lee.
Not yet, at least.
No,
they have to come here and kind of show out. I don't believe to come in. I think Jung Hoo Lee has a better chance of succeeding than Yamamoto, if I'm going to be honest.
What do you think? I think it's harder for pitchers.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So
it has to be.
Yamamoto's got to win 20 games, right? 15, 20 games to win Rookie of the Year. I mean, they're not going to give him if he goes 12-10.
Well, or he has to just have like that. He has to have that. There's like the pitching sexy statistics, right? You either have to have like crazy wins, you have to have a really low ERA, really low FIP. FIP is like huge right now, or WHIP. Those are 2 statistics that people love to see. Or you just have to go crazy on the innings to strikeout ratio.
Yeah, he can't have games like that first game.
No.
If you sprinkle in 4 or 5 of those games and he dominate, they're gonna look at that and go, well, he's either really good or really shit.
Yeah. What I would think, for me, Yamamoto should be I've thought this since I saw him pitch. He needs to be watching just a ton of tape of Tim Lincecum, because that's like the comparison for me with him. And he needs to learn just off-speed pitches right now, because to me, he seems like he's just throwing an off-speed pitch right down the middle, hoping that they're just going to worry about the speed.
Yeah, and I think the teams know they're swinging out of their ass on that first pitch.
I agree. Yeah.
He needs to start throwing off speed early.
And just all over the place.
Early and often, baby.
Yeah, early and often.
I'm looking at this list. James Wood's pretty far down there. He could be another big fish in a small pond.
What do you think Churio does statistics-wise this year? Because he's your Rookie of the Year for the NL. What do you think he does?
That's a good question.
I think he could break 2020.
I think he goes. I think his averages will be a little lower.
I think so.
I think he bats about 250.
I was about to say 240, 250.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I think he hits 25 jacks.
Oh, you're getting up there.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, no.
I think 25 jacks.
I think he steals a ton of bases.
You think so?
I think he gets here. He's going to realize pitching is that big a difference. But I know guys like him are going to want to make an impact, and I think his legs, he's fast as hell.
He also is a very good defender.
Great defender.
And can cover a lot of space and cover a lot of ground.
He'll have a big impact in the outfield.
I think he gets close to 100 RBIs. I'm going to go on a whim. I think I'm going to say 85 to 90.
You know what? The Brewers are not I go back to the way they handled Ryan Braun. They're not afraid to be this young kid is our number 3 hole hitter. He's gonna just rake. He's gonna get on base so this guy can knock you in.
Yeah,
and they're not afraid to do that. And I think Churro's got a great chance.
Have they come Have they said anything yet on that? I know it's early. We won't get rosters until
he's just
early
for
tomorrow.
sure. He's just for sure in. I just know that he's on.
What do you think Langford hits? 7?
Man, I've thought about this for a while. I think he hits 260.
No. Where do you hit? What do you think he hits in the lineup?
Oh, in the lineup? Yeah, that's even worse. That's even harder to say because you got, Simeon's our leadoff. 2 is
you're
Seager.
going to know more than this than me.
2 is Seager. 3, weirdly enough, I think is Evan Carter.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on how much the Rangers love Young, how much the Rangers. 4 will be Adolis.
Yeah,
so
4. Adolis will be 4.
It depends on how much they value Young's first season.
Yeah, because Nate Lau is out. He's out until early April. So
they have Foscue playing first.
It should be.
Should be Justin Foscue.
Yep.
Which also, that guy finally made it to the majors. Shout out Justin Foscue. You've been on the top 100 prospects list for 30 years.
Yeah, I've been seeing that motherfucker's cards for 5 years.
It's
another Foscue prospect card.
Oh, my God. I remember there was some guy that made a meme that was as soon as Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon got, Justin Foscue's face just, completely changed. He's like, some caption was like, I'm going to be here forever. It was AAA.
Jeez.
I think he goes 6. I think he goes 6, either behind Young or he played 5th or 6th. Yeah, 5th or 6th.
Yeah, baseball is different. I remember in high school, so I was very good at getting on base. I was hit in the gaps, and I batted leadoff, ironically, as a first baseman, and I led the team in steals my junior year. Senior year, we went in, and we had a very poor 7, 8, 9. And my coach came to me and he said, hey, this isn't a knock on you. I need somebody to turn the lineup over on the bottom. He's like, I'm going to put you're going to go from 1 to 9.
Yeah.
And at first I was so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I was so pissed. I was like, no, I'm fucking leadoff.
Yeah.
So that's fine. If they can go to him and say, listen, you're going to be on the bottom of the lineup, but we need people we need this to turn the lineup over. We don't want somebody down there that's like, all right, this guy's going to bat 220. His OBP is going to be shit. We need somebody up there to turn that lineup around.
You absolutely do. It's what wins. It's what won the Rangers championships. Literally championship. I'm getting ahead of myself.
You said championships.
Listen.
Yeah.
My head is in the clouds.
This is a foreshadowing right now. We're going to go back to this podcast in a year and a half and go, look, Josh said championships.
Yeah, I'm knocking on wood
championships.
Right now. No, but it's the matter of Tavares hitting a home run off of Verlander, Game 3 of the ALCS. He was in the 9 spot. They were tied 0-0. It makes all the difference. We won that game. So you need people at the end of the line.
I was at that game.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I remember talking about it.
Yes, I was at that game. Yeah. Because every time Jordan came up, I'm like, oh my God, dude, this guy can go fucking nuclear at any time.
If that guy was any sort of good at fielding,
yes.
Oh my God.
I think he wins MVP, right?
I think he wins I think he goes on a Trout spree.
Yeah.
And wins 2 or 3 in a row.
Don't count out Trout for MVP. I think he relishes in the fact of being the guy. And now that Ohtani's gone, I hate saying this too, because I have these Angel fans are so goddamn annoying. They're so annoying. They're so the Angels could win 50 games a year, and they're like, hey, fucking, we got Trout.
Yeah.
We got Trout.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, but he likes being the guy, and I think that watch him play every game this year.
I think he could hit 40 this year.
Watch him play every game and be like, look, I got our team to 75 wins. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Not going to win a playoff game ever.
Ever.
That's wild to me.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Imagine Kobe Bryant going his whole career and never winning a championship. Not a Trout hasn't won a playoff game. If Kobe just never won a championship, how would the basketball community treat him and correlate that to his cards, which his cards are still embarrassing.
I mean, the Buffalo Bills made 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s, and nobody remembers that, because they won all of them. They lost all of them in spectacular
fashion. That's the only way they remember the Bills. Yeah. Well, you lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they were. I think one was to the Niners, one was to the Bengals,
one was to the Cowboys.
One was to the Cowboys. I can't remember the other one.
Steelers? No.
Maybe it was 2 to the Cowboys.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
How embarrassing.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
What do you think about this coming season of football? Because the Cowboys have been the punching bag of the off season.
Yeah, for sure.
Giants went out and got everyone. The Commanders went out. The Eagles went out. Eagles. All these guys, and then the Cowboys are like, oh.
I think this is for me, just literally looking at rosters now. There's no excuse for the Eagles. They can't do what they did last year. There's no freaking excuse. They are now. I was this last year. The 49ers were far and away the most talented roster I could see in the NFL. Eagles are there now. Mm-hmm. I think they're at least tied, if not maybe a tiny bit more. I don't know, honestly. Because, Jalen Hurts, I take Jalen Hurts over Brock Purdy. I love Brock Purdy, but I think I'd take Jalen Hurts off pure ability. Maybe a little bit more.
Yes, athletic ability is everything.
And I look at that team and I'm like, I'm not an Eagles fan by any means. You guys better win this year. You guys better win.
How
are you going to get better after this year if you don't win?
So they go from Miles Sanders to DeAndre Swift to Saquon Barkley. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they got, who's the secondary guy? They got a great secondary player too. What's his name?
I'm looking at the roster right now, so we don't.
They had some crazy signings.
I'm looking down. This roster
did they get the guy
nasty.
from the?
This roster's so good.
Bryce Huff. They got Bryce Huff, Zach Bond, Matt Hennessy. This team has no excuse.
Yeah, the
anymore.
Zach Bond band.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team, yeah, you're right. Especially with Jalen Carter.
That defense is gross.
Yeah, Devonta Smith.
They've got
A.J. Brown.
They've got 2, Devonta Smith, I think could be a number 1 wideout on any other team.
Yes.
This team is, they got Devin White.
Do not forget this, guys. They got Kenny Pickett.
And they got
Boom,
Kenny.
baby. The White Knight.
CJ Gardner-Johnson. That's the guy I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. All right.
From the Lions. He's their best cornerback.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing else they can do to get better. This is it. This is the team. This is how you win a Super Bowl. You better win this year.
Yeah, it's going to fall on Hurts.
It's going to fall on
again.
Hurts, and then it's going to fall on that defense not to do
if Saquon's healthy, fuck, man, that's going to be a scary team to play.
I don't think the Cowboys are in the same realm as the Eagles. I think the Cowboys could have played well against the Eagles last year, all things considered. I don't think they are in the same realm anymore. I don't think so.
Who's going to be running the ball?
I don't know.
Because Pollard's on the Titans now.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
This doesn't make sense.
It's such a Cowboy fashion though, right?
Yeah.
It's so Jerry Jones.
But don't worry, we're going to win 9 or 10 wins this year, and then we're going to fucking re-sign Dak to 5 years, $400 million, and we're all just going to have the same old shit I've had for my entire life where we're just mediocrity. I was literally born in 1993, 1 year after the last Super Bowl, or 1 year before the last Super Bowl, and I've had 30 years of just absolute sadness, and that's why I'm not a Cowboys fan anymore, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
It's boring. I know what's going to happen.
I have other teams that I like outside the Niners that I like to root for. I root for this team. I like seeing it. I'm a Brady fan, so is the Patriots for 20 years.
Absolutely.
But who do you like?
I like the Saints.
Yeah?
I like the Saints. I lived in New Orleans for a little bit, and
That's right.
And I know we dog on it a lot. I'm a Chicago Bears fan. That's my number 1.
Really?
I have
Caleb
a lot
Williams.
Of family.
Here he comes.
I think, you know what? I was nervous, and then for some reason, Keenan Allen just kind of makes me feel a lot better now.
Yeah, that's such a weird.
Fourth round pick for Keenan Allen. Are you making that trade?
Oh,
4th round pick?
100%.
Yeah, I'm making that pick.
I'll give him a third.
I'll give him a second. Shit. That's a number 1 right there.
Yeah.
That's WR number 1 right there.
I
Him
know.
and DJ Moore, shit. That's that now. Now Caleb Williams has
Cole Kmet.
Yep.
And
Hopefully this draft they get some O linemen, just stack the front with bodies, let them play. I don't know.
Did they get Swift? Didn't Swift go to
and
the
DeAndre
Bears?
Swift.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, Bears could be scary.
Bears could be good.
Caleb just has some just don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Just let your defense play.
Yeah.
Let the guys make plays.
No, I think.
How do you feel about that, Teddy? What do you think about the Bears this year?
Yeah, Teddy, give us our tips.
Really? Sorry, guys. Teddy's mic's off right now. I'll relay everything he says. Okay. That's interesting. You really think that? Okay. So you think the Bears are going to win 6 games?
6.
Okay. So he said the Bears are going to win 6 games.
Okay. Bears stink.
Okay. What do you think about Cooper Kupp? Now shut up. We don't care about it. We don't care about Cooper Kupp.
Teddy, guys, for anyone noticing, Teddy is over in Japan. He's taking some betting tips from the show.
Him and Ippy.
Yeah.
Him and Ippy are on a betting tour right now.
They're
okay?
going all over.
They're trying to recruit Seablez. You're trying to create the biggest betting group in the world, right? That's right. That's what he said.
Big aspirations. Okay.
That's from Teddy's mouth, guys. His mic's off. I'm relaying everything today.
Yeah.
He's not really feeling too well, so I'm glad to have you here, bud. You're speaking more than most today. Speaking a lot more than most. It's good.
He appreciates every single one of you guys.
He does. He did say that. He just said he appreciates every single one of you guys listening. Fucking Teddy.
Hey, last thing before, let's go back to the baseball thing really quick. Who do you think MVPs are?
I said it already.
Did you?
Yeah, I said. Did I?
No. You said Rookie of the Years.
No, I did. I said MVP, Julio, and Mookie.
Oh, Mookie. That was the other thing.
Mookie,
I thought, NL MVPs.
Yeah, I looked at the list. It's so top heavy. There's so many different options. I was going to say Acuna, but my pick last year was Acuna, and he did win.
He did win.
And I'm going Mookie this year. I think Mookie has a really good year.
I think so.
All the pressure's off.
Yep.
You have Ohtani. All the pressure's off.
Yeah. All
now
the
you
pressure's
could just
on
play.
the Japanese players.
Yep.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
play. Yeah. Okay.
So
So who do you think your biggest disappointment this year is?
Ooh.
I think I have one choice, and I think it's pretty clear.
Give me yours.
I think it's the Giants.
Oh, team.
No, it could be player or team.
okay,
But I
okay.
think in general, Giants are swinging
Yeah.
for some unknown quantities. They gave a lot of money to Jung-Ho Lee. I don't know how he's gonna do, and I don't know how Blake Snell's gonna do because Blake Snell has a history of as soon as he puts up a Cy Young, next year's stinky.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm going to say the Yankees.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
I'm going to say the Yankees.
You think so? You think Soto's gone at the end of this year?
Oh, dude, I think the Yankees.
Think he's running? Oh.
They're notorious for this. Let's go get this guy and build this team.
I heard
think they're in a division with the Rays and the Orioles who are going to be really good. I think the Yankees finished 3rd in the division.
I mean, and that could be even worse depending on if Toronto comes out
Blue
hot.
Jays. What about the Red Sox?
What about the Red Sox? I mean, shit. And I'm hearing all these little whispers that's saying the Red Sox are just quietly not buying anyone because they're going to throw Juan Soto a fucking bucket this year. And how funny would that be?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I would die if that was their long-term plan.
The fact that they go and get Soto, but they don't get any pitching.
Any pitching. Nah, they didn't need it.
Swing and miss.
Yeah.
Swing and miss. You're telling me that Corbin Burns, they gave up a pick and Joey Ortiz?
Yeah.
You couldn't match that with your bank vault of prospects?
You couldn't give
Up,
Jordan. You
give
can
up Jason Dominguez for a pitcher.
Oh, please.
You
Yeah.
have the hitting.
Especially with Corbin Burns.
They couldn't get Snell?
They could get Montgomery?
Yeah.
With 1 year, $25 million. That's what we waited till 2 days before opening day?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like 4 years, $100 million. I thought it was going to be like this crazy deal. I was like, good for him. He waited for a 1 year deal. What are we doing?
I know. I think the Yankees, and I'm sorry because I have a lot of friends that are Yankee fans and a lot from New York.
I could see it.
But I think they finished 3rd. And that, I think that's best case scenario, they finished 3rd.
First game, I think Stanton blows out his kneecaps again.
But swinging in a slider.
Swing on a slider.
Non-contact, all swing.
He's like, all right.
I'm looking at that. Let's see. They open the year against Houston.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to start 0-3.
Yeah, they're starting 0-3.
I'm going to get so roasted next week. People are going to be like, yeah, you fucking Yankees, you're 3-0. They fucking swept
Just wait and see.
Astros.
Yeah. And unless Soto's hitting 50 bombs this year, I don't see
Which
it.
he could.
Good.
That's a short porch.
It's a stadium to do it in.
Anthony Rizzo was hitting pop-up home runs.
God.
He'd hit a pop-up and be like, fuck, that's a can of corn.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
over the fence.
Short porch, 320 feet.
That porch is shorter than my high school field.
I know.
My high school was 345 down the line.
When you go to Fenway and you go to Yankee Stadium, it's kind of appalling how short those fields are.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
It
really is.
It's like, oh man, Big Papi had it made over here.
Yeah, Fenway, the left fielder is literally in the fucking shortstop's back pocket the whole game.
For real though. God, I mean, I think the Yankees are a great pick for big disappointment. I think they have a lot. You know, Garrett Cole already having elbow problems. Who knows what Carlos Rodon's going to do? He had a terrible year last year.
The punching bag team is the Mets because they always disappoint. But I'm going the Yanks.
I mean, Mets. I didn't even the year they got to the World Series, I was like, they're not going to win. I hate to say it, they're just not.
There's that notorious video. It's like the Mets fans walking outside the stadium, and the guy goes, we know what we're getting. Like, we're gonna get disappointed. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know. All right, guys, that's it for today. Teddy, appreciate you coming in, filling in for the spot.
You, Teddy.
You did great today, dude. I mean, in your condition right now, I'd say you gave it all your all, and that's all that we can ask for here. And he appreciates every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you. Download the pod, like the pod, share the pod. It helps. Even if you want to comment something stupid, comment something stupid.
Yeah, bring it on.
Share it with everybody. Other than that, I got nothing else to say. It's Wednesday. We'll see you guys next week. I'm rocking my basketball guy T-shirt today.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
On YouTube. Look at them. Look at them man titties.
Look at him go.
Look at Joker. That is fucking Joker right there.
That is Joker back in the Serbian days.
He probably killed someone by then.
He probably had raided an entire town and plundered their village.
No wonder he got to the U.S. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.